Mm. Well, greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your pharaoh of physical media, your duke of dope discourse, and of course, if you're a Twilight Zone episode fan, you know what number 22 means. It means room for one more, or as we say on this show, room for one more toy, honey. That's right, it's Fully Articulated 22, and it would not be an episode of Fully Articulated if I didn't have my own hot toy here, all the way from Yorkshire. My favorite Yorkshireman, Hot Toys himself, Az. How are you, sir? What is going on, my friend?
I was going to say your own 1-in-1 scale, and I thought, actually, it's probably 2-in-1 scale with me, but
no. Come on now.
I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. I had something arrive in the post today. Admittedly, I did give it a tease on the real BBC yesterday, but that's because I was just too excited to show it off, because this is, to me, this is like, ooh,
okay,
stuff. I still cannot get rid. I cannot move my Jean-Luc Picard from my side.
I know, right?
I can't let it leave my side. It's just, I love it. I adores it. I adores it so much. And I just look at it and it makes me think of many happier days when it comes to Star Trek. So to have that is, yeah.
Well, now there's going to be
kind of sticking around with me.
There's no delay now. You can actually look at the screen, see the live output from my little link with you. So if you look up, you can see that we're live. What you normally look at me, how there's a delay. The way you linked up. I want to show you something that is now on Toys Wonderland. There's 3 of them. And if I know you...
I've already clicked onto Toys Wonderland in anticipation.
There's 1. There's 2. And there's 3. I mean, I'm thinking you're going to need as many of these as you need.
Probably 1, 2 triangles, 4 circles.
They're not that expensive either. So,
let's have a look, see.
Yeah, they're down in the pre-orders, bruh. That's right, Squid Game action figures. Now, if you're like me, and I know you are because you've said you've watched Squid Game twice, I've watched it once. Squid Game is one of the more compelling things I've seen in the last number of years. It took things all the way back to something like The Most Dangerous Game, or the Australian film Turkey Shoot, or Stephen King's novels The Long Walk and The Running Man and Battle Royale, and then it put them into a frothy mix of both political comments. Right? You're going to click on that shit right now. I know it. You're going to go click, 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 click.
I'm already clicked.
Yeah, you're clicked. I knew you would be.
What? What? Okay. Wow.
They're cheap.
Comparatively, I mean, dollar-wise, yeah.
Cheap, bro.
Okay,
let's get a whole
pre-order that.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you carry on. I'm doing some shopping, but I'm listening.
Well, I was just gonna say, I mean, Squid Game, really something knocked me out. Really enjoyed it. You've watched it twice, all 9 episodes twice, all the way through.
Once subbed, once dubbed. I wanted to see.
Oh, interesting. No,
how it was in both.
I watched it dubbed. I was curious. I mean, I love Squid Game. There's a reason why it's made Netflix apparently $900 million in value on a $21 million spend. Good for Netflix. I don't know why you're capitulating to the mob, you fucks. Ted, don't give up. Anyway, that's Ted Sarandos.
Yeah, he's doing an apology at the moment.
You know, it's funny. They're apologizing, yet Squid Game is a show that, well, you can actually tell how many people are murdered in the entire show. You can get a number value
Yeah.
If anyone's interested, it's what, 455? 50?
450. Well, technically.
Yeah, I know.
You know. But yeah, 455 people were eliminated for the 456 to live.
Yeah, but you know what? As with our entertainment, you can murder as many people on screen as you want.
Yes.
But you make fun of anyone, you can't do that.
You can't hurt someone's fifis now, can you?
No. But you can certainly show the murder of human beings. And I remember
the graphic murder of human beings.
The graphic murder of human beings, that's okay. And no one ever marches out of their office for that. The depiction of actual death. Human death.
No, because it's about control. It's not about anything other than control and controlling the language and controlling the narrative and controlling your victimhood. Whereas legitimate victims out there are being repressed, and there's little being done about that because the West is too busy feeling sorry for itself and the fifis and all that.
But it's really interesting. I remember in 1985, I went to I grew up in Seattle. The Seattle Film Festival is still one of the great film festivals in the United States. And Paul Verhoeven was there, director Paul Verhoeven, and he brought his first English language movie, Flesh and Blood, that stars Jennifer Jason Leigh and Rutger Hauer, medieval siege
Rutger
movie.
Hauer, man.
And nobody at the after party, the closing night party, nobody was talking to him. And I walked over to him. I'm in high school, and I said, Mr. Verhoeven, I'm a huge fan of your work. I love Soldier of Orange. I'd seen Spetters and The Fourth Man, his Dutch films, Katie Tipple, Turkish Delight. And I said, I have to say, I just love this movie, and I thought it was brutal and raw, and it was pretty, when you have people having sex underneath a hanging body in a tree, I'm like, you're an amazing guy. And he says, well, you're young, and because he's very gesticulating. Sure. Explain to me why in this country you can kill anybody you want, but you show a tit and everyone goes crazy. And I said, well, we're like puritanical. Americans, we have the Old West. If you want to gun down somebody that's doing wrong with your revolver, you can do that. But apparently we're not cool with sex for whatever reason. Maybe because of the Bible. I don't know.
I don't know the reason. I think it's probably got a lot to do with European history and European ideology and religion.
But he was very upset,
and that puritanical aspect to it.
Yeah, I mean, he was very upset, and you think, I mean, the joyfulness of sexuality and all that, but kill anybody you want. But I will say this. I mean, Squid Game really knocked me out. I like you, I really loved it. I can't wait to watch it again. I can't stop thinking about the music that goes ooh, 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 that plays whenever you see the guards doing their thing.
Don't you think there? I mean, I think there's a lot of theater in this. I think there's a lot of
very, very much so.
Surreal imagery, etc.
Dude, it was very prisoner-esque.
Every time I just get a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory vibe about that bit.
Yeah, but I thought it was really prisoner-esque. There was a lot of really cool...
Oh, very prisoner-esque in a lot of cases, yeah. And that's like it's an amalgamation of so many great works. You could say Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah.
You can say Battle Royale. You can say The Prisoner. You can I think there's another one that I used as a major one as well when it came to Squid Game. I forget off the top of my head, but yeah, it's just such a great balance of these genres, and it merges together so well. Right, I've done some shopping. I bought 1 square, 2 triangles, and 6 circles.
Nice.
And I'm really, really hoping that they do a 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I mean, and I would like the number one,
the front man.
the
Sorry.
front man. Yes, the front man.
If they do the front man, then yeah, that would just be absolutely perfect. But yeah, it looks like we're gonna have the 5-0 first versus the Squid Game guards.
And how funny would it be to like do a display where the Squid Game guards are looking over the entire MCU?
Oh, just like looking down.
Yeah, looking down on them. So good. So good.
But how good? I mean, I don't think anything in the show, because I finished watching it again today. Actually, I watched episodes 6, 7, 8, and 9 today to finish it off for a second time, because obviously when you've seen it first time, there's lots of different reveals. So when you watch it a second time, it kind of changes a lot of the context of some of the discussions and some of the events which happen, because you're seeing it from a completely different lens.
Right.
And again, I watched episode 6 today, and that was the first one up.
Dude, brutal.
It's
wow.
So good is that episode. Now, I didn't weep this time because I knew, well, but I still was like, you know, lump in the old throat. Even though I knew what was going to happen, even though I knew other circumstances. But I think it's the one of the greatest one, because it really shows people.
Yes.
It shows people exactly who they really are.
Oh, yeah.
And that, I think, is the beauty of episode 6 and why it's so poignant, because I think anyone who has a empathy within them watches that episode and questions their own morality.
Oh, very much so. And I think one of my favorite moments certainly in entertainment in 2021 is something the old man says when he reveals that he's not as his mind is sharper than you might think.
Well, certainly in this event it was.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And that was the first time. I mean, I literally was like, oh,
that's what broke me. That's I mean, everything that was going on around obviously was you knew what was happening, and it was horrendous. And but that part, that exchange where he you know, they're debating the merits of fairness. You know, I've got 1, you've got 19. Let's gamble my 1 against you. That's not fair. And then it's just like, well, you were fine taking them from me. And that is the realization, because that's our hero. And that's our hero being cast bare. And that's what got me, because like I said, if you have empathy, then there's a lot of things. Obviously, there's tons of stuff that you empathize with in the show. But when you are put into that position, like when they're playing and he loses, and it's like, oh my God, our hero's done. He's dead. And then what happens afterwards? And then you're just like, I get it, but oh no. And then you're just like, but would I have done that?
Well, that's, I mean,
no.
yeah.
And then you turn it onto yourself, and it's just like, but what would you have done? Why are you so quick to judge? What would you have done? This is it for you. You have an opportunity, a door. Do you take the door, or do you take the moral? But it's beautiful, because when obviously the guy says, well, you were fine taking them from me. and that breaks him because he's broken by it himself. And God, I mean, the acting is, you gotta watch. I mean, if you haven't seen Squid Game, folks, and I know this is not an elitist attitude, I promise you, you have to see it subbed. You
yeah, dude.
to.
Look, I mean,
because
to me,
the acting is immense. The legitimate acting from the actors is immense, and to get the nuance of their speeches when they talk and everything, you have to have it in its original. So I'm not being elitist, so if you haven't seen it, I thoroughly advise you to see it.
Dude, you're not.
First
of all, don't say that. I'll be elitist for you. If you don't watch foreign shows in their original language, fuck off. I mean, I'll say it. I've said that my whole life, because what you are doing is, I understand, and people have legitimate concerns. They say to me, well, Rob, when you're reading something, you miss the visual. I get it. I do. But you must train yourself to watch movies and read subtitles at the same time. It is, and a show like this, the acting is so good. And I have to say, I have to give it up. I think the most vibrant, and this is not to, when I say this, this is not to diminish others, but I will say that the Korean market over the last 20 years, I've been more knocked out and surprised and delighted by Korean cinema and television than any other market in the world. Of all the stuff I've watched.
I was, about 15 years ago, I was heavily into Korean horror. You had everything coming out: The Grudge, The Ring. You know, all
those are Japanese. The Grudge and The Ring are Japanese.
Oh, I'm sorry, I thought they're Korean.
But the Korean, like Tale of Two Sisters,
Tale of Two Sisters was another.
The Handmaid,
Handmaid,
but The Host, Memories of Murder. I mean, they're so.
Audition. I think it was Japanese as well.
But I saw The Devil is Korean, about the serial killer and the cop. The Korean cinema and television, you know, Kingdom on Netflix, the period zombie series is amazing.
I need to see that still. I need to see
really
that
good.
Still.
I mean, the Korean cinema has been A Train to Busan, which is fucking great.
Which actually has one of the actors in Squid Game in it,
and yes, and also Eternals as well.
I think he's credited as handsome man. It's either handsome man or handsome salesman or something.
Yeah, dude. So good. Just.
Yeah. I'm so, hey, can I just say thank you, because I've been almost daily checking the front page of Toys Wonderland, and those were pushed to page 2. So yeah. I had actually missed those, and I think they are some of the best looking soldiers in forever. Since Stormtroopers, I think the aesthetic look of them, I loved the hierarchy of them. I loved the sort of lore behind the how they could converse and what levels they were on.
Oh yeah.
So to have them, to have them be able to purchase them so cheap is great, because essentially, because they're all covered up, you can go for the El Cheapo body.
Right, of course.
And that's what's making them so cheap, is
that
you are literally using a standard El Cheapo 1 in 6 body, but it doesn't matter because they're completely covered by the jumpsuits that they wear, and the jumpsuits are perfect. Yep. So, and then if you see, he's got a mobile. They got the mobile phone.
Yep.
And it's got the old man from the red light, green light game. And it's got another image. So there's some cool imagery, and you could, if you so desired, convert one of them into Mr. Policeman.
Yeah. Yes, you could, and I'm sure someone will make that head sculpt.
Yeah, now I'm just yeah. Oh yeah. But yeah, they're great. If you by the way, folks, if you don't know, they are about £90 each, a 1 in 6 before shipping. That is incredible for a 1 in 6. So if you like the aesthetic of the red jumpsuit guards with the PlayStation symbols on them, they're only the X away from the PlayStation. I'm surprised Sony haven't been like, hey, what's the money?
But that's one of the things I loved about the show.
Yeah, it was legitimate. It's like
I thought it was pretty damn cheeky.
Well, yeah, but I thought this has actually probably done wonders. Did you know, by the way, this month PlayStation 5 became the biggest selling console, breaking the Switch's 33-month run or something. So maybe Squid Game had a little bit to do with that, with its psychological.
By the way, speaking of things I picked up this week,
the
Final Fantasy VII and the Hot Wheels.
Final Fantasy 5 remake.
Yeah, is it 5?
Dude, I want to watch you play that.
Dude, and this Hot Wheels Unleashed game, which I freaking love.
I want to watch. Do you know what came in the post? Yeah, yesterday.
Oh, have you read it?
I've not. I literally got it yesterday. So I have not. But I tell you what, it would probably be destroyed in, by the looks of the text, probably 3 days. I would.
Oh
say.
yeah. And the new one. Wait, when does the new one come out? I think the new one comes out maybe like tomorrow.
No, this is it. This is Coda.
No, that's the new. There's 3 of them though. It's three.
Okay,
it's 3
okay.
parts.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
So there's September,
Yes.
October, and yeah.
Yeah, there's 3. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I get you. I thought it's November 5th.
Well, you're in England, so it might be.
Yeah.
So Ashes of Tomorrow, Moments of Sunder, Ashes of Tomorrow, comes out next on Tuesday. Tuesday from now, so next week. I'm gonna tear through that.
I'll have it pre-ordered on.
Yeah.
On Amazon. But to have a wonderful, striking image of a character from a great show for £90.
Yeah. And dude, the fact that when you set them up somewhere, that's just going to be a display where people are going to go, of all the figures you could have, I'll bet you that those figures are the first they go, oh my God, you have those.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's Squid Game. I'm going to have the 6 circles with the MP5s. And then I'm going to have the 2 triangles with their hands behind the back. And then I'm going to have the square, maybe hands by the side.
Yeah.
Depending on the accessories that you get. Obviously you might be holding something, but I'm pretty sure we're going to see Frontman.
Yeah, you gotta make.
I'm pretty sure we're going to see a Frontman.
Though, I'm still telling you, if you're going to get that many, I'd love you to do a photo shoot where you take like 20 Marvel figures, and they're all like there, and you have the Squid Game guards surrounding all the Marvel figures, and you put them in red light, green light poses where they're all like, and like you have Doctor Strange having like Captain Marvel in front of him, like ready to take the bullets first,
hiding behind Captain Marvel.
Speaking of Marvel,
man.
did you see what Hot Toys dropped today?
Today.
Yeah.
Not today. I saw what they dropped. Well, we discussed it last week. We didn't show it, but
this is new. This is new.
Let me have a look. Let me get
Florence Pugh. There you go. You can see it on the there she is. There, Yelena Belova. My ex-wife was named Yelena. I don't know if I can buy a figure named Yelena, but that's okay. I don't know. I love girls from the Ukraine. That's all I can say. So, hey. So there you go. I don't know. You're not going to buy it? No Black Widow figures for you.
Black Widow was I have Black Widows. I have
I do
Black
too.
Widows.
I do too.
But I just know Black Widow was a garbage film. A garbage film.
I liked it more than you
did. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I thought it was a garbage film.
I liked it more than No Time to Die.
Then.
As a Bond film, it's like a Roger Moore Bond film.
No, it's not. It's like a terrible Marvel film. Now this I said yesterday on the Real BBC. This Phase 4, I am so checked out. There's nothing which has interested me so far. I was all in for the first 5 episodes of WandaVision. I really enjoyed it. I was really excited about where it was going, and then it just devolved into typical Marvel tat. I thought Black Widow was dreadful. Loki was dreadful. Falcon and Winter Soldier was dreadful. What else? Shang-Chi was generic as fuck and terrible.
Oh.
He had no agency in his own film. Nothing. He did nothing. Nothing that happened in the film was of his doing. It was all him being dragged along. He wasn't even the hero of his own story. Yeah, the let's just say the trailers for Prometheus have not set me alight either.
The trailer, yeah, and I have to say I saw Eternals last night. I loved it. And like I said, it's Prometheus done right. People, and here's how Chloe Zhao pitched the movie. I'm sure she did this. She said, "What if we did Prometheus, but from the engineer's point of view?" And that's because using what Jack Kirby's original concept was. And by the way, Jack Kirby gets a single card credit in the main titles. Eternals created by Jack Kirby, which I really liked seeing. I thought that was great.
Unless they're trying to pass the blame after people saw the film.
No, come on now. By the way, I got something in the mail. I got something new today. I got it yesterday, but I literally just opened it up. I got my So Toys Robin from Titans.
Oh!
Now, I am not a great fan of the series, but I love the character. So I haven't even opened this. This is literally. I know.
Oh, I'm interested because I have obviously the Air.
Oh, you already have the Air.
I have the Air, which is different though, because that's not So. That's
right. So, Justin. First of all, wow, my first impressions on this, as I open this box, is great. So I'm opening this.
So are good. I like them as a company. They're
really great, dude. This is a great fucking figure. Let me go full frame on this. Here it is. My first impressions. This is a really, really nice figure. Now, So Toys has been killing it, I think. I mean, the last figures I've really got are, I got the Butcher, I got their Green Arrow figure, but this comes with 2 different head sculpts. Here's the non-masked head sculpt. Really, really nice head sculpt. Here's the other head sculpt. I mean, this figure, the costume, dude, this is really a great figure. He comes with his bow staff. The stand is really nice. Yeah. And the bow staff is great. He comes with different fists and then obviously hands. Here are his hands, which are sculpted, but a lot of paint apps on them. So those are really, really good. And I have to say that So Toys is quickly becoming one of my favorite third-party figure companies. I think they're really great. I have to say, my first impression of this figure is this is really, really good. Really good. Wow. I don't know. I love this figure. I love this figure, man. I can't wait because here's the thing. Here's an interesting philosophical. I'll pose this question to you from a philosophical existential standpoint.
Oh wow!
When you're doing your Batman display, like when you're doing your ultimate Batman display, will you mix and match characters? Like, for instance, would you put this Robin next to a Hot Toys Batman, for instance?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, that could go with a bat flak.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking, like, to me, the entire pantheon, like, I will put my Green Arrow, for instance, with my Justice League display. Because I'm a huge Justice League fan. So, you know, even though they've like, and also, like, Deathstroke the Terminator is one of my favorite DC villains. So I have no problem displaying Deathstroke or Batman, the Hot Toys video game Batman Beyond together. And like I've been putting my module cases together and I'm doing a Spider-Man display, and I'm putting all of my Spider-Men together. You know, my quarter scale, this, you know, which I've been playing around with in terms of displays. I love this figure. It's a great figure. I put Stark's glasses on him. So I'm leaving this figure. I love this figure. It comes with a drone. I mean, this is a great figure. But I want to put all of my Spider-Man figures, because I got a Tobey Maguire hot toy. I've got an Andrew Garfield hot toy. I'm putting them all together in kind of in one module case as the Spider-Man universe. Spider-Man 2099 from the video game, the Scarlet Spider, you know, all of it together. And I mean, do you do that same thing? Or because I know, like, people like Justin go, okay, here's my Endgame display, or here's my Infinity War display.
Yeah.
And for me, I go for the whole, like, here's my Avengers, because I'm not gonna buy every single figure that comes out. So doing various movie displays doesn't work for me. I would just more like to do an overall cool Avengers display. I mean,
I'd have like a DC section, and there could be certain things
right.
Going on
That's what I do.
DC
That's
section,
exactly how I do it.
Same with the Marvel section. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem putting, for example, Doc Ock next to, you know, another more contemporary villain.
Boy, dude, having this figure in hand, this is a really, really good figure. I mean, that's what the air looks like. The So Toys one has the second head sculpt. That's the difference between the two. Well, it's really good.
So yeah, it's a really good looking. It's a good looking figure. That
really good. Wow, I'm very happy to have this. And plus, you know, I'm a huge Teen Titans fan, and I'll buy anything from the Titan show except Starfire. I was in love with because I'm a redhead fan, and you know, it's not that the actress doesn't.
They turned her into a hooker.
Well, and also, but she doesn't look like what I don't like is, okay, here's a pet peeve of mine. If you're going to cast someone to look like an alien, right? Like, for instance, I love Zoe Saldana as Gamora. You know, because I like her green skin. I think it all works. But if you're going to, Coriander is Starfire is orange skin. She doesn't look. You've got to make her skin orange and the big eyes and all that. And I understand why they cast how they cast it, but she doesn't look like an alien to me.
No, there was a cosplayer who did a cosplay of the Teen Titans Starfire, and the cosplayer was a white lady, and she like oranged up her skin through effects.
Right.
She oranged her skin, etc. Had the green eyes. Yeah, it's a great cosplay. And she suddenly found herself getting a ton of flack.
Come on.
Because she was a white girl doing Starfire. And that to me just showed how fake these inverted commas fans were. So myself and a couple of other people actually did a video on it at the time. And they actually contacted me, and we've stayed in touch ever since. And they're very nice. They're a very nice person. But it was great because I just went straight for one of the people attacking them, and I just called them the fuck out immediately, saying Starfire is fucking orange, not black, not white, orange. You just and it's amazing how quickly some of those people just shrunk back into the shadows, never to be seen or heard of again after their attempted profiling. But yeah, yeah, one of my I think one of my only pet peeves about well, not only, there was a few, but certainly Starfire was the worst cast because it wasn't Starfire. They didn't do anything to make her Starfire. It just looked like, she just literally looked like a 1970s black exploitation hooker.
Well,
and then in again, that goes... made her look better, but it just, I mean, what is that?
Well, I have to tell you, this is such a weird thing to say, but one of my favorite things about Squid Game was one of the characters was Pakistani. Yeah, and he had come to Korea, and you know what's really funny is we in the West, I mean, of course Korea has all kinds of immigrants, like every country does, but we here in the West never think about that. You know, because of our media and everything, we're just conditioned to believe that all immigration happens to Western countries. And I really loved, I mean, I was in Korea for 10 days, South Korea in 2018. I loved it. I was a huge fan. I loved Seoul. I loved the people I met there. I loved the food. You know, it was great. But I love the fact that one of the main characters was a Pakistani immigrant. You know, who also was he had
Ali Abdul.
Yeah, he had some issues with his hands. I don't want to get into all that, but it was really interesting to see like how in a Korean drama an immigrant from Pakistan was portrayed. And I love that character. And it was just really interesting. And it made me really realize the more Netflix is the fact that the people around the world are watching Squid Game. They're like, we're talking, it's going to pass 200 million people in the world have watched Squid Game. A Korean show, I think it can only be better for everybody's perspective, because we in the West, especially in America, are crawling so far up our own asses that we really need to realize, there is a gigantic world out there of people that have different perspectives than you. And the more we can see entertainment from other cultures, especially crossover entertainment, the better off we are. Because it can only help us.
But yeah, I mean, the character was portrayed very well, portrayed very positively.
And you know what? What was really interesting is that character was portrayed with great empathy. And you know what? It was not great empathy because they were interested in being woke.
No.
I mean, that was another thing. Do you know if they made Squid Game and cast it exactly the way it was cast in Korea, people would say like it was whitewashed?
Absolutely.
There's too many damn Koreans in this show.
That's just it. It's the West is the only place that complains about diversity of casting. You know, you go watch a Bollywood movie, it's 99.9% Indian or Pakistani or wherever. You go watch a Korean movie, it's 99.9% Korean. You go watch a Japanese movie, same. Chinese movie, same.
By the way, I don't like watching Japanese movies where white people show up. Or people from the West. I watch Japanese. I watch Japanese movies to see Japanese people.
Yeah, if I was watching a you know, sort of in the heart of Africa movie, I wouldn't be expecting to see Chinese people and white people popping up for little for little cameos.
Totally take me out of it. Totally take me out of it.
It's just the West that complain. You haven't heard any complaint about casting. You won't hear any complaints about casting because, again, this is a Western fixation. This is a Western political fascination with representation, inclusion and diversity. These are now just buzzwords, buzzwords of nothing. And I didn't even, when I watch a Korean film or a Japanese film or a foreign film, I don't even think of the casting.
No.
I just think this is a representation of where they are. And
well,
you would expect to find, because Ali Abdul's brought into the show in the first episode, doing a very brave act, and it's his empathy which brings him into the story.
Yes.
Which is a very clever way. However, although he seemed to be empathetic, when we see a little bit of his backstory, we see that the empathy gets lost when it comes to money. It's amazing how money corrupts so much of these people.
I'll tell you what's so great is who is shown as being, without getting that into it, the masked Westerners are the impetus behind the entire Squid Game. It's like, fuck these guys. But
there's the Westerners, the Europe. You can tell some are European.
The European fat American.
I got to choose my words carefully here. Mm-hmm. Decadent.
Yes, decadent is the word.
I think decadent's
is the word.
Yeah, but, decadent people. But I think that's. I had no issue with that.
No,
I had no issue with that whatsoever. I thought that was perfectly fine.
What I don't like is there is no mention made of this here in the United States. I've been watching foreign films. I call them foreign. Let's just call them non-American movies. Movies that were not made in Hollywood. My whole life.
Sure.
I've been watching American movies my whole life. I mean, I love them. And I've never once ever thought to myself, I want to see more representation in these movies, because part of the fun of watching them is you're seeing the other culture they're from, and how things are different in that culture. And I think like there's a really interesting Andy LDN sends in a super chat and says, as you've watched Alice in Borderland, how well was the trans character written and portrayed compared to the Western writing?
Absolutely fucking fantastic, because 100%. I love them.
Yeah, and I'll tell you something.
And it was never mentioned. That's the beauty of it. The trans character in Alice in Borderland is just presented for you.
Well, yeah, and
nobody talks about it. They don't talk about it. Nobody elevates them because of it. They're just a really well-written character that just so happens to be trans. And that character is fascinating. That character has flaws. That character is selfish. That character is brilliant. That character is empathetic. There is a lot of nuance to that character, and I thought they were great.
Great. And I think part of the reason is that the rest of the world has been here a lot longer than, say, Americans have. So they're a lot more used to different kinds of people in the world. They're like, yes, these people have existed since time immemorial. So we don't have to, I feel that the way we deal with people in this country is incredibly immature. We're treating everybody like kid gloves. Everybody, all these different races and people that are look, to me, there's only one race of human beings, but all these people that are fighting for their rights, it's because in America their voices have been squelched for so long, and I agree with that. But the rest of the world has been dealing with these kinds of things for centuries. And when you watch Alice in Borderland, that's a perfect example. You want to look at proper representation. We're screaming about it. Where is it here? Well, it's there in the rest of the world. I mean, there's genre programming that you're not watching and you're not seeing, and we're getting incredible characters, which is all we
Well,
want. Great characters.
You tend to
great
find
stories.
in anime and stuff like that there is a lot of gender ambiguous characters.
Oh yeah,
and it's never an issue. It's never it's a facet of that character. It's not something that they're wanting to have celebrated or applauded or to have elevated. It just almost at times feels we need to break up the dynamic of the characters here.
Right.
You know, we've got some classical characters. We got, because they tend to have classical heroes and classical heroines. So they have that. And so we tend to find the color, so to speak, is brought in by more flamboyant characters, whether they be gay, whether they be trans, whether they be, like I said, gender ambiguous. But that's just seemingly done to, like, you know, let's have an eclectic mix of people so things don't become so generic. And Alice in Borderland was really, I loved it because
I did too.
It's lighter in tone than Squid Game for sure.
Yeah.
And I just found it fun.
Right.
I thought it was just really good fun, and I loved the dichotomy of the game versus the downtime.
Yes.
And the beauty of the two merging together at the end, creating the murder mystery, which was fantastic. But when certain characters are revealed to have their own agendas, and you know, they get questioned, the trans guy gets questioned about it by his, let's call her his lieutenant, because she tends to act as his lieutenant. I wasn't like, oh my god, look at this girl beating up this dude with the sword, because of the way that the story behind her was told. And she actually legitimately came across as like and I don't want to use the word fierce is in the way that, you know, fierce, but no, legitimately like a fierce personality, that she had let her past, you know, her past had forced her to move on. However, it stayed with her, and she had always taken the lessons of the father with her and trained, and that whole moment was, I thought, really, really good.
Yep.
Yeah, and at the end of it, when we get the reveal,
right
at the end, and I'm just like, oh man, I'm so ready for season 2 for this. Yeah. I'm so ready because I thought I liked the main character. I liked what they did with the main character really early on in the story. I thought the climbing girl was fucking brilliant. And that's another, you see, that's another clever thing that they set up. They show the girl, they show her with her father, they show her rock climbing. They have the whole story behind that about a father with Everest. Did he fake himself climbing up there? Yada, all this stuff. And then the first time that she meets together with our group of heroes in the apartment block, and the people who are chasing them, and she just jumps off the edge and climbs down because she's skilled like that. Yeah, it's not a great Mary Sue move. It's not a, oh my god, I'm just amazeballs because I got a vagina. It's set up and payoff. And they're the brilliant things. Her running, set up, paid off.
And you're speaking about character and story. And
exactly,
and
that's what it's about.
Well done. So now let me ask you this: you said you had something to show us this week.
I will show, and then I will, as you can see, I've been guzzling a little bit of water. I will empty my bladder. Let me just do this, and then do that, and then
Ooh. That's what she said. Do this, do that. Mm-hmm.
Nemesis Prime.
Oh, where did you get that?
This is from Big Bad Toy Store.
Now, who makes that?
This is DX. DLX. It's the DLX.
Bruh.
So yeah, this is the Nemesis Prime with the lights on. This is future Decepticon Optimus Prime.
Wow.
In the future, he will turn into a Decepticon called Nemesis. I put the shield on his arm, and I put the axe.
Wow.
In his other hand because I wanted him to be brutal.
That's pretty dope.
Obviously,
dude.
these are lit up because of the lights, so they're lit up red. We've got like the turquoise lights there, and then his eyes.
Wow, those lights are
lining up
great.
red.
They look great. Now, who makes this? Is this like 3A? Who is this?
It's the same people that do the other transports. It's
okay.
Is it DLX? 3-0. That's it.
That's what I meant. 3-0. I always say 3A.
3-0. Yeah, and it's the DX. It's the DX. Blah 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 blah. Whatever.
Wow, that is amazing.
So 3-0. Yeah. So I put the. I did like the other Optimus. I've put the shielding on the back, which is technically part of the transformation for this because that's what's in the cartoon and whatnot. But I think that's gorgeous. So I now have my Optimus Prime, which is just there, and now I have the Nemesis Prime to go with it. This could be, once this is gone type of deal. So I was very, very, very happy to pick up.
Wow, that is sweet. Now, how long how long ago did you pre-order this?
I pre-ordered this on show when Justin was on.
Oh.
One of the episodes that we had Justin on, and he said that the Nemesis Prime is out for pre-order, and when that goes, it's gonna go, and they ain't gonna make many of those. So I quickly went off to Big Toy Store, snapped one up. So it would have been, let's just say, about 3 months ago, maybe. And here it is, and it's here, and it looks beautiful. That's a beautiful one. So if you want to vamp, and I'm going to empty bladder.
Okay, well then I'll go full frame and
ladies,
empty your. Well, everyone, while Az is emptying his bladder, here I am. Let's see. I'll answer a few super chats. Not anyone's directed to Az exactly. So, says, hello, Az and Rob. Well, that one's to Rob. There's always room for one more. There are. Room for one more, honey. If you haven't seen the Twilight Zone episode 22, check it out. Norwegian Kryptonian says, what is this episode going to cost me? Well, there's only one answer to that. Your soul. Savage McFilthy sends in a super chat. Did you send in a badge, Savage McFilthy? I want to thank you for that. Lynch Design sent in a very nice super chat. Thank you, Lynch Design. I appreciate that. I've got to support the crew and the fantastic people in the chat. A great community. So I keep rolling my R's because I love saying and the community we have here. How are you, Robin? As hit the like button. Smash that like button. Lynch, I should probably be waiting for Az to come back. Ashen Jackal sends in a super chat and says, if you like Squid Game, check out As the Gods Will by director Takashi Miike. I love Takashi Miike. Of course, I have, you can't see it now, but I do have a 12-inch figure. I've got Ichi the Killer figures. Yes, I do. Oh, how many people have those? Not many. Radio Man 1017. By the way, 1017 is the call sign of the USS Constellation from the Star Trek episode The Doomsday Machine. Oh, wait. You know what? I got to wait. I got to wait for Az to come back to read that one. Giggles and Bits sends in a super chat and says, South Korean movies jumped on my radar with The Host. Love The Host. If you haven't seen Bong Joon-ho's The Host, it's great, and it has great effects from Weta. Let's see. Ooh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should just wait for Az to come back. You know what? I'll wait and read more super chats until Az comes back, because so many of them are addressed to the two of us. Let's see. What can I say? You know, now I'm going to go on and say, for those of you, a lot of people have been writing me about Eagle Moss and their Eagle transporters from Space 1999. I like them. But I will say this, I'm a 1612 guy, and here's an old picture of me on with my 1612 Eagle shelf that keeps getting bigger. I have Hawks on it now. I have other Eagle transporters that I have yet to put together that are the same size as the top Eagle, the 22-inch Eagles, which are amazing. So there you go, which is exciting. And guess who's back? Az is back. Az, we have super chats that are directed to us, some directed directly to you, and I didn't want to read them without you. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, jokey.
So, and some of these are related to the conversation.
Okay,
so,
cool.
So, let's see. Ashen Jackal, I read that one. That was not directed to you. Oh, Radio Man 1017 says, hey, gents, found a new toy for you as Google Barbie signature King Ocean Ken Merman doll.
Barbie
signature King Ocean Ken Merman doll. I think you both need this. My daughter was horrified.
Oh my, no. No.
Is that the Ocean Man you sang of?
No, definitely not. If this was the Ocean Man that I sang of, he would definitely take me by the hand.
Bruh. Oh, I'm buying this. Oh, it's sold out.
What?
Dude, it's sold out. Accepting pre-orders from October 13th, 2021 at 9 p.m. This shit sold. Oh, I got to put this in the live chat. Everybody, you need to look at this. What manner of horrors is this? My God. You know, no wonder so many teenage girls are suffering from gender dysmorphia, because when you're looking at this, I don't quite know what this is supposed to say to me. If I was a girl, I'd be doubly confused.
Well, yeah, your new best friend's a gay dude.
I don't even know if you could say that about him. I think he's
a gay mermaid.
He's non-binary, so I don't know if gay could. I don't know if you can call him that. You know what he is? He's non-threatening. As
he's definitely non-threatening.
If you collect Barbies, he will be your best friend, but he won't want to fuck you. And
he will not finger you when you're watching the movie together.
Yeah, no, that's bad. What the hell is that? Actually,
by the way, I have not heard anything from Xavi yet.
Oh, really?
The Enterprise was meant to be in stock
on the 23rd,
commencing, or
I thought you said October 23rd,
18th.
Oh, 18th. Oh,
so
maybe they don't have. Well, you know, with all the supply chain issues everywhere, they might not have it.
Yeah.
You know, could very well take time because it's a big box, supply chain issues. By the way, I got to say, this is a really good idea, as I'm going to throw this out. It's not my idea. Has this idea, and I'm going to lay it on you, but I think it's pretty good. As says, would love to see Rob and Az Squid Game review series like the one you did for The Prisoner. That's a pretty good idea.
It'd only be 9, yeah.
I mean, it'd only be 9, But you know what? I think we get a lot of views. We could alternate them on our channels. That
gives me an excuse to watch it for a third time, which I have no problem.
Yeah.
I want to watch Alice in Borderland again.
That's not a bad idea, dude. I mean, I don't think about it. Let that marinade in that big brain of yours, because I think that's a good idea. Plus, you know what? Let's be shameless.
A lot of empty space here, you know.
I don't.
A lot of room for movement.
Dude, now that the Barbie Signature King Ocean Ken Merman doll is in your brain, I think it's. I mean, what are you going to do? How do you excise that? As a matter of fact,
all I can say is I'm very glad that I had some money just accumulating in PayPal, because that certainly helped with the purchase of all these Squid Game.
Dude, I used to have money accumulating in PayPal, but PayPal, after 10 years, said I violated their terms of service and canceled my account for no reason. No reason I understand. It's unbelievable. Like you know what? This is the problem with our tech age. Like the idea that we are suddenly non-entities. I mean, I use PayPal literally every day. I've never used it wrong, and just amazing, unbelievable.
Did they say what the violation was? Allegedly,
don't know. They won't tell me. Yep. It was a very.
You gotta say what the violation is if you.
It was a very prisoner-esque thing that they did to me. And I'm like, wow, you were happy to take my money up until the very moment when you said I violated your terms of service, which I'm very upset about it. But and everybody, like, I dealt with PayPal literally every day. I got their PayPal business loans, which are always paid back, and very, very upsetting. We'll see. Maybe I'll be able to do something about it. But so far, it's like hitting a brick wall.
Wow.
Sub McShave says, Az should have these squid guys placed behind him, forcing him to stream and play games. Otherwise, they'd blow his head off.
Well, now things are returning back to normal. Things will return back to normal, and I'm hoping this weekend that we can have a nice long Sunday Witcher session this Sunday.
That would be good.
Oh, by the way, Square Enix has released a statue and also a Play Arts Kai version of the alternative dresses for Aerith and Ares and Tifa.
Wow.
From Final Fantasy VII Remake, which you will see when you get to a certain element of the game.
I can't wait to jump into
But I want to watch. I want you to stream.
Well, you know what? I've never played this game ever. I've never twitched. I've never twitched ever.
You can do it on YouTube if you want. You don't have to Twitch it if you don't.
I want to go on Twitch, though, just because I want to go on Twitch. I have a Twitch account. I've never used it. Don't know how to do it. Want to do it. Yeah. Want to do it. So it'd be good. Born Again sends in a super chat and says, howdy, RMB and Az. I said RMB. 2001 Space Odyssey figures. Super 7 is giving them the treatment. They're only 12th scale, but that can only be attributed to human error.
Where is
Super 7's good, but I don't.
Oh, I love Super 7. I got Super 7 Thundercats stuff on pre-order. I've also got Super 7 New Japan Pro Wrestlers. So yeah, okay, I do have some.
I'm looking at the. Let's see if Super 7 Ultimates figures or 2001 Ultimates.
I have some Star Wars Black. Obviously, it's not Super 7, but I have Star Wars Black series, which is the same.
Oh wow, dude, these are pretty good. I mean, the faces, wow, they're only 12 scale. They're not as good as the MFX ones, but they're pretty good. I might have to get these. I love my 2001 figures. Let me tell you, those are pretty good. I might have to get those. Instamatic 101 says, will the West... Oh, this is a good question. What do you think? Will the West remake Squid Game at some point?
Yes.
You think they will?
Yes, without any hesitation. There'll be an American version made, and it'll be full of identity politics, inclusion and diversity, and intersectional feminism. And I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking, Robert. I'm really not. They will wokeify the shit out of it. If you notice, do you notice there was one criticism of Squid Game, which was resounding, and that was, Oh my God! Did you see the treatment of the women?
Well, I think
Two of the best characters were women. In the show.
two of the best characters are women. Three of the best characters actually, and
there's one episode which was just like boring.
And one of them, I love that one of them used her feminine tools in order to fuck the alpha male, hoping that she would be able to tie herself to him, and that didn't work. I mean,
no, because they knew the next game was tug of war.
I mean, by the way, that episode was amazing.
It's amazing. I would like to discuss. I do want to discuss Squid Game like we did with The Prisoner.
We should. Isn't that a good idea? Let's do it. Come on.
Because there's so many things I actually want to break down when you see it, when you've seen it once, and then there's certain things which are so obvious, but you'd never know from the first watch because obviously the reveals haven't been done. So but it'd be great to discuss that. But yeah, I mean, there were two I think very strong female characters in it, in as much as they were using. You know, they understood. This was the beauty of the show. The show wasn't trying to pretend that because these Korean women were thin as fuck. You know, they were like, I mean, Jesus Christ, they must be like 75 pounds, 80 pounds. It was insane. They knew, the show wasn't trying to pretend that an 80-pound woman could defeat a 200-pound man.
Right.
It wasn't even attempting to do that. It knew there was, in actual fact, when it came to the physicality, the men just absolutely dominated the women because that is reality.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. And the show wanted to show that reality. It didn't want to show, so they had to use alternative methods. One woman tried to use her sexuality. The other woman just wanted to simply get away from the men, and then found herself almost forced because of the alpha male to go into another group of the empathetic males, or what appeared to be the empathetic.
So I think, okay, let's say that I was tasked with producing the American version, the American remake of Squid Game. I would go in the exact opposite because obviously you're dealing with the whole premise of the show is you're dealing with people that they don't have great jobs. They've fallen through the cracks for whatever reason, because of addiction, and I would go the entire opposite direction from woke. And I would say that the members, the people that made the Squid Game, they just wanted to get rid of all the people they thought were human refuse, and really lean into the idea that our civilization, the haves and the have-nots, the haves just want to get rid of the have-nots. The have-nots are just a drag on them. And this was just a way that, here's a way that no one's going to know. We're just going to kill and eliminate all the people that we hate. And really go in and make it really dark. At least in Squid Game, there's hope.
Well, I thought that was the clever aspect of Squid Game, was the fact that your battle royales, you're stuck.
Right.
Your horror movies, you're stuck.
Oh, no. In this, you choose.
And then the beauty of Squid Game is all you have to do is majority vote stop, and it would all stop. And it would legitimately all stop.
And it did. It did stop.
Yeah. And what was the repercussion for the people who didn't return? The repercussion was just keep an eye on them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Nothing.
Just keep an eye on them.
Nothing. No, it was nothing. It was
and that to me was the scary aspect, because the deeper into the game you got, there was no chance of a vote ever happening. The closer the money became, the bigger that piggy bank filled up, the more people could taste it.
Oh, it was genius.
When a certain thing happened to a certain person and they were going, come on, let's vote. And everyone's just like, fuck off. And I thought, I felt like sick to my stomach in a good way, because it's just like I want these people to just go, but at the same time you could just sense their desperation and desire for. I mean, what did it translate to? About $40 million. That's the prize money. About $40 million. That is a hell of a lot of money for somebody to take away.
Yeah. Well, what I thought was what really got under my skin about the whole thing is that how a lot of these people within the game resign themselves to the fact that their lives, the fact that they just couldn't get out from under this, that they just resolve themselves to their fates. Like, they're like, you know what? The way my life is now to the way my life would be if I won that money, my life now is essentially worthless. So there's no reason to keep living unless I can get that money.
Unless I get that money, yeah.
And that was really insidiously scary. And I loved, and by the way, they didn't have to beat you over the head with this. This was all inherent in what they were showing you. And that's part of the reason it's so genius. And I think the reason it's caught on with so many people is because they all know the truth of it. They see the truth of it, and it's one of those things they don't want to admit. Nobody wants to admit. Like, I'd stay in that game. I'd come back. Even if the game was stopped, I'd come back. If there was the chance, would my life could be so much better if I won than it is. It's never going to be much better than it is now, no matter how long I live. So the chance of winning that money is worth the risk. And that was like, what an indictment.
Yeah, and then you see game number 5 and your heart just sinks.
Dude. I know.
Oh my god, I'm so excited that I've ordered those Squid Men cards. I'm so excited. Come on, get them out quick. Get them out quick.
I know, I want them out now.
Oh yeah, I just ship them.
Alexander.
By the way, one of my things from Hot Toys from Toys Wonderland never arrived.
What never arrived?
My my Cloud Strife 1 in 6. It's never turned up.
Did they send it to you?
I think it was in stock. I'm gonna check. I'm just gonna check to make sure it wasn't a pre-order.
You know what's really interesting? I paid off my Ebony Maw and the throne, the Asgardian throne, and they didn't have my Ebony Maw that I paid off. So I'm like, it already came out, but they didn't have it.
Yeah, I got mine.
Yeah, they didn't have it.
No, it says track. It just says you can track it, but I have no tracking details. So I can't track it. There's no tracking details with the order. So, oh, here we go. Hold on. Here we go. If I...
Did they rock you like a hurricane?
Here we go. Rock me like a hurricane! Sebastian Bach. Hold on. Let me stick my number here. And then I got to do my capture here. And then let's see. It says delivered.
Well, that's not good.
No, it says it was delivered on the 7th of October, and it was not delivered.
Well, that's not good.
Great. Thanks, Hong Kong Post. Last time I'm using you. Since then, I've just gone back to DHL.
Yeah.
I'm not using the postal service again after that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Poop.
I got a question. Alexander Kelly has, I don't know the answer to this, so you're going to have to address this. As during Friday Night Tights, I need you to ask Jeremy and Ryan what they think is overrated. If you need any context for this question, just watch the Geeks and Gamers stream from last night. They argued for 1 hour on the definition of overrated, and
my God,
it was absurd. Laugh out loud.
Oh, I'm glad you said absurd, because I was going to say that sounds ridiculous. How can you debate an hour on the word overrated, for goodness sake? But hey, at least it's better than discussing diversity and inclusion.
By the way, Manowar 665, neighbor of the beast, says, well, that Barbie King Ocean Man Ken Merman is 1/6 scale. Just saying. Don't think they're not going to make it in 1/12 one day. Come on now.
Yeah, I'm going to get it and then just stick it next to Arthur Curry.
Our good friend Martino Sumoni, who is much more generous than we deserve, sends in a very nice super chat. Now I want to know what Martino thinks of No Time to Die. Obviously, he's a big Bond fan, big Bond car collector, lives by a James Bond dam. I'd love to know what Martino thought of the film. Very curious.
I see his Twitter picture and his tux.
Yep. But did he like it? Martino, thank you very much, sir. And you know what? I'm gonna have my Enterprise finished. You have to wire that shit up. It's not like you can't just put it together. Yeah, I mean you can, but there's some work for that. There's work involved. It's gorgeous.
I just want my email to come through saying it's dispatched. Please.
It is dispatched. Uh-oh. Bosch, by the way,
Night Vigilante is shipping soon.
Really? Oh, I didn't get that.
Night Vigilante.
Where did you order that from?
Soon. I ordered mine from some ambiguous place.
1/6 Outfitters? No. Okay. Well. Oh my God!
Did you just get an email saying the same?
There we go. Shipping soon.
You just got it. You got it as well.
Yep, but it's something. It's another place that is shipping.
Oh,
soon.
I got mine from Toy Origin. Yeah. Sorry. I was looking. Yeah. Toy Origin is where I got mine.
All good. All good. So Martino, thank you for that. I very much appreciate that. Stub McShave says, I started watching The Chestnut Man. It's great. It is great. By the way, if you have not seen The Chestnut Man, it is a Danish crime thriller, serial killer detective story. I really liked it. I thought it was great. Terrier says, if one person in your life could go 6 scale, who would it be, and why should I buy it? Dude, if I'm gonna make one person in my life 6 scale, it's because I want to keep them near me, and no one needs to know, and I can touch them whenever I want. So I wouldn't want you to buy them.
I don't want you to buy.
No, but if one person in my life, I think that would be kind of weird. Like you're gonna make them into a doll, with that and sell them to other people. Since you asked the question, I think an answer is demanded. If one person in my life could go 6 scale, you know what? I'll tell you who I think it should be. My mom, because if I had a 6 scale version of my mom, I'd place figures of her everywhere, and she would make me realize all the time how I'm not living up to my potential.
Wow.
And I'd work harder.
Wow. I would probably agree. I'd probably go with my mum.
Yeah.
And so I'd have a beautiful 1 in 6 to always be there.
No, and if you bought my mom, she would make you feel bad about your lack of progress in your own life too. Even if you were a multimillionaire, she's like, your room could be cleaner. your house could be cleaner. You know, you could be working.
That is true. That is an absolute truth.
You could be working a little harder. Like, why don't you do more laundry? Perhaps clean up the kitchen a little bit more, maybe.
Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of my audience.
And I could get 6-scale versions of my mom would be in a golf outfit, and if you had like a 6-scale accessory, she'd have a golf cart, and maybe or golf clubs, and it'd be pretty cool. I would buy that. So there you go. Superhero displays sends in a super chat and says, a token for this dynamic duo we are the Knights of the Display Case. And one day I'm going to fix my have you looked at Justin's new Moducase displays? They're pretty cool.
No, not yet. No.
And he went and built like 38 Moducases, and I feel lame that my like 9
38
haven't been.
I ain't got the room for 38.
I know, but he did a great job. He did a great job.
I legitimately, right, I've been having to think. I've been thinking about putting an L-shaped sofa in my front room.
Right.
Kind of like pressing it into a corner so it like frees up like the ends of the room.
Yeah.
So I can literally cabin at the ends of the room there. And it would leave a little walkway for me to get through to the kitchen. Might be a little bit of a squeeze, but I need room.
I know.
For stuff.
Yeah, me too. My room is I've got to do some more fixing around here, but yes. Joshua Levesque sends in one of my moderators, good guy, sends in a hot dog.
Oh,
a super sticker.
Hot swag.
So thank you for that, Joshua. There you go. You got asked to say it. Man of War 665, the neighbor of the beast, says, even though the usual 1/12 animus is palpable as ever, some financial advice as it applies to 1/6 collecting. Stuff your pants with socks. It's cheaper. Yeah, but you know what? Stuffing your pants with socks is a lie, because when you finally get your pants off, the girl's going to be like... I mean, I get that anyway.
I had a big dick. The only reason why I went with you.
That's it. But I'm a cunning linguist, so I'll make it up to
you.
Hey-o. Oracle of Doom 222 says, greetings, gents. Where did you get your Judge Anderson? Love you guys. Keeping awesome. Yes, where did you get it?
I just got it from Electronic Auction Bay. That's where I got it from.
Okay, well, I need to get one myself.
They're very rare. They very rarely pop up. And so I was just dicking around one night and I think I just watched Dread, and it wasn't obviously too long ago. And I thought to myself, I'm just gonna have a quick little look, 'cause I remember that they did the third party figures, and I went online and I just saw a Judge Anderson at a really good price, and I was just like, I snapped it up.
Wow.
There wasn't a Dread, which is frustrating, but the Anderson is really difficult to get a hold of. So I've been
trying, trust me. And I've been trying to get that bike too. There's a bike, the Lawmaster. Yeah, so Oracle of Doom 222, thanks for reminding me. That's one figure I'm never going to get probably in my life. God damn it. Jubbs McGee, who's been a member of the channel, our member Jubbs McGee. Thank you, Jubbs McGee.
I know Jubbs McGee.
Jubbs McGee says, Jubbs, I'm sorry, you're going to find no sympathy for this one. But Jubbs says, update on beating the Spider-Man collecting addiction. It's not going well. Miles arrived last week. I love it. Now I have 2 more coming. Negative and Punk Spider-Man. Help.
Okay.
Help, he says. Jubbs, this is not the place where you come. This is not like, I'm Jubbs McGee and I am an action figure addict. And we're not going to say, oh, hello, Jubbs. No, the answer to that is, fuck yeah,
this
Jubbs.
This is an AFA.
You spend more on those figures. You're not buying enough, unlike what Neighbor of the Beast 665, Man o' War, or whatever. Come on, we don't do that. We're not going to be like.
800 quid on figures today.
Yeah, we're enablers, and we want you to know that every figure that you buy, just smile and suck it up and realize it might seem bad when you're waiting to get it, but when you finally hold it, you open that hot toy, you take out the clamshell, you smell the artificial plastic that's probably giving you cancer, you just sniff it in, you realize, I am a better person now.
Yeah, I couldn't stop sniffing my Vader.
I know. I mean, you can't. I know that seems a little weird.
And I that is not that is not a critique of me. I'm more than happy to do that. I might sniff it more later.
Oh boy. Keaton
there are certain sacrifices though, you know. Wife? No. Can't afford a wife. Sorry. Can't afford a girlfriend. You know. If you want a meal and some sex, fine. I'm okay with that. But no dating. No. Sorry.
By the way, Man of War
it's going on figures.
Man of War 665 Neighbor of the Beast has been a member of this channel for 6 months. Thank you,
Good
sir.
boy.
Thank you, sir. Even though, well, you know,
we did confess. Well, I confessed today to having.
You know, like I said, I got more. I should put all my 12th scale figures up, but I do. I even keep the cellophane around them. I do. I'm not,
well, yeah, I said about my Super 7 stuff, which I have. Some I have on order.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited for that Thundercat stuff to come.
Yeah, it's really cool. The tank. Did you get the tank? You got the tank, right?
Oh yeah, I got the
That's so
tank.
cool. Keaton Carr 89 sends in a super chat and says, "One day, I will finish my custom Friday Night Lights riggings 6 scale." I think you mean Tim Riggins, not Friday Night Tights, but Friday Night Lights riggins.
Lights.
I would love, dude. Friday Night Lights is one of my favorite TV, not the most favorite, one of my favorite TV shows of all time. I would love to see a 6 scale Tim Riggins, and you know who else would love to see it? My girlfriend Elizabeth. Tim Riggins is like one word. You say Tim Riggins, she says Tim Riggins. If you make a 6 scale, man, please send me pictures. I'll show them to her. Of course, she'll want me to get you to send it to her, but we won't. But I want to see that. And if you're going to do one Friday Night Lights 6 scale figure, could you, if you have a Tim Riggins, can you please, I want to make a John Carter figure. Can you do that for me?
John Carter from Mars.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want one. Brian Hepburn. Brian, a good man, moderator, says, pleasantly surprised that my big chief, well, wait a minute. Pleasantly surprised that my big chief, John Pertwee, 3rd Doctor, shipped from Sideshow today.
Mm-hmm.
Now, waiting on the Roger Delgado Master to display him with. Well, that's good to know that Big Chief is shipping something. That's good. I love that.
Still, by the way, you can now pre-order the Doctors on Big Chief.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, I discussed this with Gary as well, and we're all of the same mind that the 9th and the 10th Doctor's head sculpts not good.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I really want to get the Christopher Eccleston Doctor, but that's not a yeah.
But I mean, jeez.
I know.
I'm not spending £2,000 on fucking action figures today. Thank you.
Come on. The answer is always yes. Do it. Do it.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm not impressed with the head sculpts.
Well, yeah, if you don't like the figures, man, you can't buy them. You can't. That's
I definitely want the Capaldi. Definitely want the Capaldi. But they are very expensive. Yes, they do come with a lot of accessories, but I do believe probably that a lot of chunk of that money is BBC license.
Yeah, sure.
And fuck the BBC.
1/6 Scale Man, one of my favorite peoples in the world. 1/6 Scale Man, by the way, go subscribe to 1/6 Scale Man's YouTube channel. There's a couple of really new, interesting videos that he's put up. He has a new video series that I'm a great fan of. Although he made me realize I don't have Death Watch Mando, man. I gotta get Death Watch Mando.
Didn't you have on pre-order?
I didn't. It's one of those things I just kind of forgot. Slipped through the cracks. I need to get it.
I have mine on pre-order. Oh wait, is that what is shipped? I need to try. I need to see if that's what's shipped.
Could be.
Because if that's what's shipped, then I need to find out what the fuck's happened to my rescue.
I know.
What has happened to my rescue? Because hold on. Nearly there. Nearly there. Nearly there.
People. I just gotta these Squid Game figures, man. I can't. I love that somebody did them. They don't have to be expensive. Jumpsuits. I just have to look at them again because, man, I need to get in. I need to just do. Oh, wait, they come with different accessories. I'm looking as I'm flipping through the different pictures. Some accessories disappear and some don't. Okay, like because only one comes with. Oh, okay, and this one, yeah.
They all have the GoPro straps on them.
Yeah.
So they're recording and just showing off what's going on.
I need to get
so they
that.
have there's little nuanced differences, hence why I went with 6 circles, because I wanted 6 guards.
Yeah, you need 6 guards. You need that.
I wanted 6 guards, and I wanted 2 triangles, and I wanted 1 square, which is the supervisor.
Yes. AK Alexander says, "Hey guys, I'm so sorry, but thanks to COVID and Brexit, I'm having trouble getting your free cases to you. This will be display. This will be 1/6 or a Knights of the Display case. He loves us. That's not his name, but however, if you want to plug my Indiegogo, I may be able to get them to you sooner. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're bribing me, but Cheeky. I'll do it. You know what? I'm not beyond a bribe when it comes to free potential display cases. So we are the Knights of the Display Case. Here is the Indiegogo for a new display case, by the way, that a fan of the show made. They look cool, and I would love to get one so I could speak to that. But there you go. I put the link in the live chat. Check out his Indiegogo. And I'm not beyond being bribed, because you said you were going to send us each one to check out. So please do. Jubs McGee comes back. Jubs McGee, who wanted absolution.
Oh, no.
No, what? What happened?
They've cocked this up a bit. Right. They haven't put a gun with the circles.
Oh, no.
They put the MP5 with the triangles.
Uh-oh.
And then they put the revolver with the square, which is the...
No, the revolver should be with... Well, maybe we just didn't see what kind of weapons they were carrying, but the revolver... Wait, what? Hang on. That's not right. No weapons with the circles. They gotta have weapons. Oh, that's not good. No weapons with the circles. What are we gonna do with that? Yeah, you know what? Just mix and match.
Yeah, but I'm only gonna have 2 MP5s. I'm gonna have to buy like 6.
Yeah, you gotta get the right guns.
6 MP5s. Yeah.
Jubs McGee, by the way, look, I know he's looking for us to give him absolution. Jubs McGee comes in again with another super chat and says,
"There's no absolution
He
here."
says, 80 hot toys in. I need therapy for my addiction. No, what you need are great display cases and lots of LED light strips to make sure that your 80 hot toys are displayed properly. And don't come to us for therapy, sir. You and I and we're in the grips of an imagination addiction. An imagination addiction, and that is an addiction you do not want to cure. Because if your imagination addiction is cured, you die. Right? Right, Az?
Oh, man, I think I've misordered the Squid Game guards.
Uh-oh.
Is it the triangles that have the...
Hang on, I'll tell you. I got it up. The squares, it's the triangles that have the... it's the triangle that has the guns. I'm just telling you. I don't know what to tell you.
Can I cancel the order and then...
Yeah, cancel and reorder. Cancel and reorder.
Can I do that?
You can do anything. The answer on this show is always yes, you can. Yes.
No, it's not. It's not for us. It's whether or not Toys Wonderland will let me do that.
Well, that's true. I don't know. That's true. The answer could be...
Fuck.
I don't know what to tell you.
Hold on. Can I?
No, I don't know what to say.
Do. I know. Hold on. I'm going into the order. Is there an ability to cancel?
What are you gonna...
No, I'm gonna have to contact them.
Well, I apologize for that.
It's my bad. It's my bad.
Donnie
I need
Donnie B vaping. See vaping as would get a 6 scale of his pee-pee to send to all the super soil jurors with a nice little card that says "suck it."
Suck it.
I don't know about that.
That's the scary thing.
I don't know about that, but you can. I mean, the figures, like my Freddie Mercury figure, came with multiple PPs that are in 6 scale. I've never sucked them, but they're there. Tom Jr. Jackson wants to know if we're ever going to get a fully articulated After Dark. Tom, there is already that show. It's on my OnlyFans channel. And I bring friends of mine into the Robservatory, and we get fully articulated After Dark, but it's expensive. Just saying. By the way, I'm kidding. Everyone's going, wait, you have an OnlyFans account? I really don't. And if I did, I would not put fully articulated After Dark on my OnlyFans account. S-Beam says, yes, John Pertwee has shipped. The new 10th Doctor head sculpt reminds me of Jonathan Pryce. I like the new Eccleston head sculpt. It's just not painted right. Oh, that could be. That could be. Painting is important. This is pretty funny. Jubs McGee says, this is pretty clever. The ladies are impressed when we say that we bring in 5 to 6 figures a month, and then they're disappointed when they're 6 scale. It's pretty good, Jubs. Pretty good. That's pretty good. I gotta give it to you. Wow, Keaton Carr 89 says, Rob, there's a few pics on my Instagram of my Tim Riggins progress. All right, well, I'll go to your Instagram, and let's see if I can find you. Can I find you? I don't know.
None of the emails work for Toys Wonderland.
Oh, that's not good. That's bad. Does that mean Toys Wonderland? Yeah. I'm going to Keaton. Let's see. You got to send me where. Let's see. I have to search for Keaton Carr 89, which I'm going to do.
I'll contact Justin.
Oh yeah. Wow, there's Keaton Carr 23, Keaton Carr. I'll go to Keaton Carr 8. Oh, there's a private account. Keaton Carr, you got to send me a link so I can look at it myself. I want to see your Tim Riggins figure. Hitchhiker 42, I get it. That's a Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy reference. eBay has an Exo 6 data for auction if you can't wait. Well, I'll wait because I've already paid it off.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm waiting for my, waiting, like Pink Floyd was waiting. Superhero Displays sends in another super chat and says, I didn't mean it that way. No bribes, just love. I was just kidding, man. I'm just giving you a hard time. I did put in your link to the live chat so everyone can check it out. Dennis Mason, a member of the channel, asks, why don't females collect figures? Well, they do. I think they do. I think far less collect figures than dudes collect figures. But that's a good question.
We got a couple of female collectors in the audience.
Yeah, we do. There are females that collect figures. But why? I mean, I would say, wow, okay. My friend Kaz Graphics, who, believe it or not, is the official cheesemonger of this channel. By the way, congratulations to Kaz Graphics for moving to Kirkland. Kirkland is across Lake Washington from downtown Seattle. Kirkland was where I used to go to my comic book store every week, Wally's Comics, back in the 80s. Love Kirkland. So, Kaz, after looking at the photos that you were posting of downtown Seattle street corners, I understand why you moved. So, Kaz says, hello, Rob. I just ordered my first hot toy. Mando and Baby Yoda from season. I'm not sure which season. But, Kaz, you're going to love it. Any of the Mando and the Baby Yodas those are great, great, great figures. By the way, I just want to point out that this Yelena Belova from Black Widow, this figure doesn't come out until March of 2023. So I'm just 2023, bruh.
You got plenty of time to think about that.
2023.
Plenty of time to win you over if like me, you remain unconvinced.
It's true. But
I've
why?
contacted Justin.
Yeah, there are lots of female figure collectors. I mean, I think that's a good question, though. I think, though, that it might have something to do with the socialization of us as, if you go back and, I mean, I don't want to get in hot water with people, but as a kid, when I was a child, I spent so much time playing with my action figures and making up stories in my head. And the action figures were a way to visualize that storytelling issue. And my own sister, she had great Barbies and everything, but she didn't make up stories in her head about her Barbie. She would play with her Barbies, but she didn't. But I would co-opt her. Like I took the Barbie. She had a pink Barbie Corvette, but they didn't make any for my G.I. Joes. They didn't make any civilian cars. So my G.I. Joes always had to be on missions, and they didn't have, like, my sister had one of those Barbie 4-story dream houses that I would use, and I'd be like the head G.I. Joe would go to unwind in that dream house. And I would have people come visit him, and he'd have meetings there, and then when he would have a civilian story, I'd use the pink Corvette that would always get ambushed and blown up by somebody, because they didn't make those kinds of toys for dudes, and my sister didn't play with her figures the same way that I did. She just didn't make up the stories. And I think that might have something to do with it. The reason that we're collecting figures now is because they're representational of, and this is not saying girls don't do this either. I think girls are it's just like fandom. Fandom is changing and people are getting more into it. But predominantly, action figures have been a male-dominated. I mean, there's been female G.I. Joe figures, there's been a lot of female superhero figures, but as more and more female characters come into play, you're going to see women, I think, buying and getting more into the figure space.
Yeah, I don't know if this, I can't remember if this is correct or I'm just absolutely making this up. But I'm sure I heard somewhere that when girls play with toys, they do it in a more practical world sense.
That makes sense.
They're learning like actual world skills, whereas boys were more sort of imaginative with their, stories, and they weren't using them for practical work. They weren't doing practical world skills.
Right.
So I'm sure I read some study about that years ago, but I could be brain farting on that one. I'm not absolutely. I might have dreamt it once. Who knows? But I'm sure that there was something about that. A study showed that like when girls play, they do it in a more real world practical manner, and when boys play, they do it in a more fantasy, non-practical manner.
Yes. That makes sense. I mean, it's a whole different thing. Like, what's really interesting too is like we're collecting figures now, and I think one of the fun things is, when you get these figures, they're representational of the stories and the characters they represent. So, in a way, when you get like what? Let me ask you this: why, when you get a figure, what does it mean to you? Well,
the figure has to mean something to me, otherwise I wouldn't purchase it.
Sure,
there has to be some bind.
and I'm asking you this more as a rhetorical, not a rhetorical question, but like, look, I mean, I love Star Trek. So the when I see great representations of Star Trek stuff
Yeah.
that I like, I buy it because Star Trek means something to me.
Yeah, it means something to me, and it like when I look at this Picard, which I have to have next to me, I think next gen. I think of the great stories.
Yeah.
I think of the Drumhead. I think of All Good Things. I think Encounter at Farpoint. You know, I just think of all these wonderful journeys and tales and stories and characters that I've grown up with that have shaped my imagination and love of science fiction. So it's not just a representation or an embodiment of Jean-Luc Picard. It's a representation of so many different facets, and it's summed up beautifully in this wonderful 1 in 6. Some are a little bit more superficial. You know, I really enjoyed Squid Game. So those troops are just a fun, a fun reminder of that feeling that I got when I first saw the show. So, certain figures it's like smells. A smell can trigger a memory. A figure can trigger a memory, as well as a feeling. So, it's not, some of it is just with the Transformers, it's like, oh my God, it just reminds me of my childhood, my love of Transformers as a childhood, the excitement that I used to get watching it, playing with them, transforming them. There's so many different elements to do it, and it's almost like an embodiment, a trip literally down memory lane, because these are my memories and thoughts and loves and whatnots throughout time.
Yeah, I mean, again, to me, also figures and the stories there and a representational of things that I've wanted to do in my life. As a filmmaker, I'm hoping to one day create something somebody makes a figure of, and that it would inspire people or fire your imagination. I mean, whenever I look at my figures, I think about, especially that's why I like movie figures, I think about the writers, the directors, the actors, the costume designers, all the talented people that were involved in bringing that character to life. And that's why I like those figures, is because they're inspirational of the art form I love so much, which is cinema. I also love science fiction, fantasy, and horror and everything. And says, in another universe, Mando and Grogu would be visiting my Barbies in my Barbie camper.
Well, hello.
Yeah, ladies. I'm all about that. I am all about that. Keaton Carr says,
recreation.
I got to go to my inside, which I haven't done. Andrew Matthews, I'll have to go look at that in a second. Andrew Matthews says, on an unrelated topic, George Molho released his first video on George the Giant Slayer.
He certainly did.
Is that a YouTube video? Can I find that?
Yeah, I managed to catch a little bit before the stream. I haven't watched all of it. George has messaged me and asked me to have a little look through it and critique it if I could, if there's anything there. So I'm going to obviously go through it all later. But it's always good to have another voice at the table.
Indeed. Let's see.
Go check it out.
I mean, I remember about his Scarred memoir. So,
yeah.
Definitely.
This is a guy with a, and it's great because he says, I was kidnapped, but I wasn't a victim.
Right.
I'm not a victim. And that's a great mental attitude. I defeated my villain.
Right, which is a great attitude to take.
So yeah, we live in an age of victimhood. So it's well, yeah. What did he say? I'm a kidnapper survivor, but I'm not a victim, which is correct. He was kidnapped. I think kidnapped for a year and a half or something. And before he's a kidnapped survivor, but he's not a victim, and It's a wonderful kind of attitude to have. I can't even begin to imagine.
No.
But, you know, I've got the book that's going through it all.
Well, listen, we've gone through all of the super chats so far, and we're almost at 2:00. Got like 8 more minutes, but I like this idea of doing a Squid Game recap, like The Prisoner.
When?
I don't know. When do you want to do it?
This is the question. Thursdays tend to be my best day.
Thursdays are perfect for me. You know,
those are the ones which I have out for. And again, if we set like I don't know if we just set like an hour.
Yeah, we'll make them an hour
and a half or something like that. Should we start it next week?
Yeah, let's start next week. And I think we're going to have a live component to it because people are going to want to weigh in.
We'll do it as a live stream. We'll do it as a live stream.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll do super chats and all that too. Because we didn't really do that on our
stream, and if it's for people who wanna discuss it with us and voice their opinions and agree or disagree on certain elements. Yeah, that's what it's there for.
So do you want to do? Since we're doing Hot Toys on your channel, you want to start Squid Game on my channel, and then we'll switch off so we each have two.
I think it'd be best if it's on mine because then we just have everything lined up. So it'd be Hot Toys and mine.
That's fine.
The next week would be fully articulated in you.
Yep.
So we're not,
Yep. Yeah, that's perfect.
We're not confusing the viewer by saying Hot Toys is on my channel today, but tomorrow we're on Robert's channel, but then we're back on Robert's channel, and then the day after on my channel. I think if we just keep it all, so my channel, your channel.
Agreed. Let's do that. So then we'll announce that we should call it. We got to come up with a clever name.
Squid Game. Squid Game discussion.
We could do that. Squid Game discussion. No, we got to come up with a better name than that.
No, I know. We'll think of something. How
about the front men discussing Squid Game?
Squid Game, the front men.
Yeah. The front men discuss Squid Game, something like I don't know, something.
Or just say we could literally just be Squid Game, episode 1.
There you go. Yes.
Squid Game, episode 2. Squid Game, episode 3.
Or what's the word I want to look for? The Calamari Boys, a Squid Game discussion.
The Calamari Boys.
See, you laughed at that. People would tune into that because you got to give people a reason to tune in.
Squid Game, the Calamari Boys.
Yeah, the Calamari Boys discuss Squid Game. Or Squid Game.
You gotta get that Squid. You gotta get Squid Game first. That's the brand, baby.
Okay. Squid Game, a Calamari Boys,
brand, baby.
A Calamari Boys discussion. I just like the idea that somebody would send us fan art of us as the Calamari Boys. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the mandate for anybody. We need a graphic for this show. So the mandate is you have to draw as an eye as the Calamari Boys, whatever that looks like. I don't know what that looks like. We throw that out to the fans. So a Calamari Boys artwork. Or not. So I like that. So we're gonna do that. So we're doing Hot Toys next week at 8. Is it 8 p.m.? Are you on daylight?
8 p.m. UK
do we go back
time,
to standard time yet? 8 p.m. UK time.
Let's
go ahead. Let me look at that.
It's this week. This weekend is the clocks moving.
Let's see. Okay, so let's see when that is. Daylight saving time ends for us on November 7th. So we go back to regular time November 8th. It ends on midnight on November 7th, I guess.
It is Sunday, October 31st. So it's the weekend after.
Okay. So we're good next week. So next week, 8 p.m.
8 p.m. UK time, midday,
noon
Pacific time, and then
Should we
what's
keep the
best on
same
this
time?
Thursday.
Should we keep the same time Thursday?
I think Drinker does his streams though at like 9 p.m. But if we're an hour, we'd finish before then. Yeah, let's just do 8. Let's do 8 p.m.
Okay.
On a Thursday, a midday again Pacific.
Okay.
So
by the
same
way,
time Wednesday and Thursday.
Drinker did a great video about Squid Game.
Yes, he did. He does great videos on everything.
Yes, I know. I'm a big fan of his. I just want to point out, if people didn't know, Drinker did drop a video on Squid Game that is quite good and definitely worth your time.
Very spoilery though. So
you know what? It is very spoilery. If you haven't watched Squid Game, well, everyone's gonna have to watch it now, or they can't come in.
Well, I mean, the show is a spoiler show, so you can't turn up and complain about spoilers. This is a spoiler show. It is a discussion of the episode. So yes, it's going to be spoilerific. It'll be a spoilerific series.
Yes. All right, well then I guess we can bring this episode of Fully Articulated, episode 22, to a close. Another fine episode and you bought lots of stuff on this show. I hope everybody brought their wallets.
Yeah, and some of the wrong stuff.
No, you can always get third-party guns. They're probably better anyway.
Yeah, it's the mask though. I need the triangle masks for them and the circle masks.
Oh yes. Yes.
Didn't one of them come with all the masks? I don't know.
I don't know.
I know. I'll see. I'll just see if I can change it at. I mean, they're not out. It's just a pre-order, and I've just placed it. So
right.
I'm pretty sure I can change it. You know.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But I've contacted Justin to get in touch with see how to get in touch with Hot Toys Wonderland.
And he will help you out.
Yeah. He'll sort us out.
Well, on that note, then, children, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls, I want to thank my moderating staff, Lord Toth, Joshua Levesque, Brian Hepburn, all of you guys, for being who and what you are. Thank you to the Blue Wrench Brigade for being good moderators. I want to thank everybody for supporting this channel generously through super chats and tips and all that. I've got a alternate PayPal source sorted out. The Burnettwork has its own PayPal link, which is good. I like that. But I want to thank you for supporting the channel and supporting us for doing, for a show that was going to be only a one-time show. We're getting close to our first year of doing What Toys and Fully Articulated. So I want to thank you all for that.
Wow.
And as always say yes. Buy toys and find your inner child, because that's what this is all about. And on that note, sir, I guess I will bid you a fond farewell.
Yeah, and the trailer for Spider-Man 2's leaked. The second trailer for Spider-Man's leaked.
Uh-oh.
And it's showing everything.
Uh-oh, no, really? Uh-oh, hang on. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's showing everything. Oh, it's showing everything.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow. Okay. There's all the spoilers in that.
Wait a minute.
Whoops. This was on YouTube 2 days ago, man.
I'm looking at this. Oh, this is a breakdown.
No, I got it. Here's the link. I'll put a link in the chat.
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
There. That's just to the trailer itself. I will put it in the chat. It's up to you whether or not you watch it. I will say it is complete spoilerific. So watch it at your own peril. So it's in the chat. I put the link in the chat.
I'm not going to play it on this. I can't.
Peril. No, they won't play it here.
Wait, did you already put it in the chat? Oh, no.
I put the link in the chat, but it's up to them whether they click the link and watch it.
Oh, I haven't seen it. I don't know where the link is. Did it show up? Or what am I missing?
It's in. I put it in the chat here for Rendezvous.
Oh.
It's that. There.
I'm there. I see it. Oh, it's not visible in the broadcast. Be the first to write something. Wait a minute. I'm looking, and for whatever reason, it's not showing it to me. What do you mean it's not showing?
It's weird because it shows like a reveal at the end, but during the trailer it showed a reveal of that person somewhere else. So it's like, okay,
I'm not seeing the live chat. Can you put it to me on Twitter? I don't know why. It's
Sure.
It's so weird.
Okay. Duke, there you go.
That means they're going to drop it today, because if there's a leak, they're going to drop it.
Oh, I put it in the chat in Twitter, but it's not showing up. Is that probably because I don't have permission to put links in the chat? So
yeah.
it's suppressing me. Yeah,
well,
that's what it'll be.
There you go. Wow,
Rob, have you put it in the chat?
No. Should I put it in the chat?
Yeah, put it in the Twitter chat, so it gives, if they want to watch it, they can watch it. If they don't want to watch it, don't have to watch it.
Yeah. So here, I'll put it in the chat. If you want to watch it, don't do it. Just saying. Oops. I don't know why I did that. But anyway, on that note, before you like cause a big stir, wow, this is interesting. Wait a minute, this trailer was shown somewhere then, or is this a fake? Is this just an elaborate fake?
No, I mean, it can't
like
be. I don't think it doesn't look like an elaborate fake. It looks like this was probably shown to the execs.
Wow. Okay. I think this could be fake. You never know.
Well, just have a look at some of the. I don't think so.
Well, we'll see.
If it is, it's very good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think this might be an elaborate fake, but maybe not. If not, it's pretty well done. Wow. Okay. Well, on that note,
yeah.
Wow. We'll see if this is real or not. It seems to me like it's if it was real, you'd think that somebody would take it down, but you never know. You never know. My name's... Yeah, everyone says it looks fake, but we'll see.
But yeah.
See. All right. On that note, everyone, I think we're going to end this stream, yes?
Yeah.
What do you think? Should we end this stream?
Yeah.
Or can you not hear me anymore?
I can hear you. Have you muted me?
I mean, we're still broadcasting, but I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
Oh, you can hear me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, then I'm going to say then be seeing you. Yes?
Be seeing you.
Be seeing you, everyone. Thanks for being here. Episode 22. We'll see you on What Toys next week and our first episode of our Squid Game review show. Thank you.